to another stream. We are back to reacting today. The last two streams were games, you know, played the impossible quiz and the world's easiest game. But we're back to reacting now, and we are reacting to a channel we've not watched yet on the channel called Chilling Scares. He's kind of like Mr. Nightmare almost, but he does like countdown videos, like video listings. I don't know how to describe it really. This one is 6 most disturbing abandoned building encounters caught on camera. So this shall be interesting. It was quite like synonymous that it, like the stream opened to a black screen. Kind of gives it like a mysterious vibe a little bit. But anyway, I'm waffling too much. Let's begin. Also, I need to put in my earplugs, so bear with me while I do this. Yeah, you know what? One earplug's fine. It's like a technique some people do. Alright, let's go. Oh, it might be mute. Hang on.
Locations all over the US. Since 2020, Jared has uploaded over... Jared Coker Urbex is a small YouTube channel where the uploader posts raw footage of his explorations of abandoned locations all over the US. Since 2020, Jared has uploaded over 200 videos of some pretty cool Urbex footage.
Nice.
In March 2022, Jared uploaded a video where he explored an abandoned dog treat manufacturing factory in Wichita, Kansas. For the first few minutes of the video, the exploration is pretty uneventful, and except for the usual couple of strange thuds and bangs that can be heard nearby, it seems like Jared's alone. Even though it's relatively common for...
Excuse me, my laptop fan is being... Hang on a sec. I hope I didn't accidentally reveal myself on camera there. Let me turn the video up a little bit louder. That should be good.
For homeless people to hide out in abandoned buildings, it doesn't seem like anyone was squatting in the factory that day. After exploring the multiple floors of the building in detail, Jared looks out the window and sees a red car pulling up to the factory and start making its way through the gates.
He's gonna go around where I can't see him.
Oh. He might be like guarding the building or something, I'm not sure.
I do gotta get out of here now. I don't like that.
After it becomes obvious that the man in the red car has plans to enter the factory, Jared does the only reasonable thing in a situation like that and tries to find a way out of the building without being noticed. Unfortunately, the car goes around the building and out of his field of vision, which means that by the time the car is parked in front of the factory, the man could be anywhere.
Oh God.
He probably knows the layout much better than you. To be honest, just climb, I think just like climb down from the window, like Spider-Man your way down the building, just get out of there. That's what I say.
The man can be seen walking through the woods toward the front entrance of the factory. To make matters much worse, it appears as though the man has something in his hands, and from a distance, it's impossible to tell whether it's something as simple as a flashlight or a potential weapon.
Well, you're dead.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It was a gunshot, mate. You should probably use this time to get out of there instead of maybe whispering to yourself.
He had something in his hand too. It must have been a gun.
Yeah, we saw.
Over the next few minutes, Jared does his best to find a way out undetected, which is much easier said than done when you have no idea where a potentially armed man who probably knows the layout of the building much better than you do is hiding. And just when it seemed like Jared was going to make it out undetected, this happens.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Oh, yep, you're done.
Oh, it's just me. You scared me to death.
Okay, get over there now.
What?
Huh?
Sit down. Give you handcuffs.
Huh?
Put them on.
Or is he like guarding the building or something?
Either I can put them on or you can put them on. Take your pick.
I've never put on handcuffs before.
Just put them on each side of you. How's that?
Well,
Put them in front of you. That way you can carry them in front, okay?
what's going to happen?
What's going to happen is the police is going to come, and then you take your name and they'll get you for criminal trespassing. It's nothing these days. A lot better than me shooting you, isn't it?
Was that what I heard?
Yeah.
What you shoot at?
Shoot it. See people, I shoot at them. If they run, you shoot. There you go.
Nah, what's he hiding that? What's he hiding in that building? He has to guard it like that and hold people hostage when they walk out. What's going on? What? What? So when he sees people enter his building, he shoots them. Nah, lock this guy up.
Yeah.
Be cool, nothing will happen, okay?
Alright.
I shot one guy this way, another one.
He said that so casually. Oh yeah. Oh, you know, I just shot someone the other week. You know, nah, no big deal. You know, they entered my building, I shoot at them. You know, typical Tuesday for me. You know.
I'm not gonna shoot you. don't you see? Something says use of deadly force.
Yep, he's on
What do you
drugs
think that is?
or like out of
Those
his
kids
mind.
spray paint.
No, that's me telling you I'll shoot you. Nobody else is with you, right?
No, it's just me.
Okay, if I see somebody, I'm gonna end up probably shooting them.
Oh no, if I
Okay.
were with someone and I know you shoot people, I would have gotten them.
How is this guy allowed to do this? Like, do the local council know that he's doing this? I don't know how it works in America. I'm not sure, like, if America has, like, councils. I'm not sure how that works, but, like, does the local council know he's doing this? Like, do they know he's guarding a building with a armed weapon, threatening to shoot anyone that goes near the building? Do they know about this? And if so, why are they letting him do this? I mean, they don't really care about people's lives. They only care about collecting their tax money. So, you know.
I just don't want, you know, they scare me, I'll shoot in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just life.
The man, who appears
I'm not
to be
sure
an
if it
armed
is life,
vigilante
mate.
of some sort, pops out of the bushes just as Jared is about to leave and holds him hostage, even ordering him to put on a pair of handcuffs. During the exchange, it's hard to tell if the man is in his right mind, which
He's
makes
definitely
the fact
not.
that he's carrying a fully equipped assault rifle that much more disturbing.
Yeah.
At one point in the conversation, the man orders Jared to get into his car, and
Nope,
at that point,
nope, don't
Jared
get in that
doesn't really
car.
have a choice.
Don't get in the car.
What we're gonna do is we'll throw your camera and your bag in the trunk, okay? I'll put my
See, that's where you run. When he tells you that you got to get in his car, that's where you run. You run. Like, you know, the thing is, some advice for, I don't know, I'm not sure if anyone, this is like kind of advice. It's, so, if you're being taken by somebody, escape. Like, try your hardest to escape. Like fight, like, so much to escape. Like, it's much better to die trying rather than just die listening to the kidnapper. That's my advice. That's what I would say.
there too. Alright? We'll get in a little red car, just drive up here, set everything out, the police will come, they'll ask you for your driver's license, and they'll give you a little ticket.
A little ticket.
Although Jared didn't record the part where he got into the car out of fear that the man would freak out if he realized he was being recorded, the YouTuber later
He
explained
actually
that the
got in the
cops took an
car?
hour-
Nah, no way. Nah. No way. I'm not getting in that car. How did he get in that car? Zero survival instincts, this dude.
Have to get there.
Bro, zero
Disturbingly,
survival
when the cops
instincts.
finally arrived, and while they were all talking, they saw two kids go up to the factory the same way Jared had, at which point the man looked the cops dead in the eye and said that if he saw the kids inside the factory, he was going to shoot them. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. As Jared was being taken to the police station for trespassing, the cops got a report that two kids had been shot at the factory. Thankfully, it turned out that the man was bluffing with his weapon, which was only loaded with non-lethal pellets. But still, the kids had to be taken to the hospital to be treated for their wounds.
What? So he told the cops that he was going to shoot them when they entered the factory, and the cops were like, yeah, he's just joking. He's just bluffing, you know. He's not going to do that. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, sir. And then they left, and he went and shot them. You, I don't know. I don't got any words for that.
During the investigation, the man was identified as 62-year-old Ken Thomas, and even after shooting at the two kids, he was only sentenced to 2 years probation. Since
US
that day,
justice
Jared
system
hasn't
for
gone
ya.
back to the abandoned factory again.
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't want to
In
go to a factory
2019,
after
A
that.
group of 5 real estate investors walked into a distressed property in the Angora neighborhood of southwest Philadelphia. The visit to the distressed house started out pretty ordinarily, but a few minutes in, just as one of the investors was about to walk up the staircase leading to the second floor, they noticed something extremely disturbing.
Look at this wire trap right here. Look, nail wire, right, that goes up. Look at the nail over there. System. Oh my god. Dude, that kill somebody,
Look
bro.
what's there, the knife.
Was that a
Right
trap?
there, right there. You see the wire?
Has someone set a trap in that house?
Right here, you see this wire going over here? It's going right to your heart.
Some Home Alone shit.
Crutch with a knife.
How'd you catch that?
Based on what the investors are saying, there appears to be some sort of booby trap system built into the staircase. Had any of them followed through with walking up the staircase, a seemingly innocent house walkthrough could have turned bad very quickly. After analyzing the booby trap for a few minutes, they decided to activate it to see what would have happened to the investor if he had continued climbing the flight of stairs.
Alright, here you got it.
Yeah.
Send this.
Yeah.
You think?
What is it? Oh!
Look at that.
Nah, that's some Home Alone shit right there.
Look at it.
Yo, that's right.
No, hold on. You need to stop more. You need to step over.
Yo, that would have got you right in your neck.
Oh my god, why didn't
That's
you
some
say
like,
that?
that's some like Jeffrey Dahmer
Disturbingly,
shit
the
right
knife
there.
comes down right at the level of the investor's neck as soon as the wire is activated.
Actually, no, saw trap. That's
It's
like a
hard to
saw trap
imagine
right
what
there.
kind of psychopath would booby trap a house like that, knowing that whoever walked up that flight of stairs probably wouldn't live to tell the tale. Even though the trap was built in a very do-it-yourself kind of way with a rusted knife, some duct tape, some wire, and a crutch, the speed at
Oh,
which the
God.
knife was designed to come down right at neck
Stabbed
level
with a
obviously
tetanus
means that
knife.
whoever built it wasn't playing around and meant to do some serious damage. In the interview with NBC, the investor who recorded the whole thing mentioned that he was used to finding some pretty strange things in the distressed houses he often renovates. But even though he was no stranger to abandoned dogs, homeless people squatting, and drug houses with bags and scales, he had never been this close to losing his life, much less to a booby-trapped house. Shockingly, even after what happened, the investor still went on to explore the rest of the house, buy it, and renovate it. Fortunately, they didn't run into any more traps along
Dedication.
the way.
Dedicated to their jobs.
Finders Beepers History Seekers is a YouTube channel where urban explorers
Finders Beepers. What the hell kind of goofy ass name is that? His Finders Beepers History Seekers. 62.2k. Oh, more subscribers than they deserve for that criminal name. But anyway, let's see this.
Matt and Andy document their visits to hundreds of abandoned locations around the world. What's funny about this
Hang on. What view counts? Oh, okay. They actually get views in the thousands. Well, I work harder than they do. I think I deserve those views more than they do. And he also is ugly as hell.
is they always bring their dog
Bit
Bear with
petty,
them
I
on their
know, but
exploration,
still.
setting him up with his own GoPro camera to capture footage they might otherwise miss. In March 2023,
Oh, okay. It's
they
kinda
uploaded
smart.
footage of their visit to an abandoned house in the UK. Throughout their first few minutes of their exploration, Matt and Andy come across all kinds of old history books, kitchen utensils, and other abandoned objects, but for the most part, nothing too out of the ordinary. About 25 minutes into the visit, as Matt and Andy are sorting through dozens of history books lying around the house, this happens.
And then why has that got a lock on it there for a bathroom cabinet? That makes no sense at all. Bear, you're just causing so much bother.
There's definitely a homeless person living in that house.
Someone has definitely just run down those stairs.
Yeah, no shit. Someone run down the stairs.
Hello? Hello?
See, this is why, like, I feel like when you go into abandoned houses, or vacant houses, whatever you want to say, I feel like you should always, like, announce your presence, like, just in case anyone's there. I mean, They may respond, they may not respond. They might not respond because like the homeless person thinks like they're in danger or something. But still, I don't know. Gotta look out for the squatter homeless people when you're exploring these buildings. Like as soon as I hear any movement, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll leave you to it. I'll leave you to it, mate. And I just crawl down Spider-Man's side of the building, just run away. That's what I would do. Wouldn't bring a dog with me because I'm afraid of those.
Hello? Hello?
Well, we know you used to live here.
Secure-
Old
we're not
person
gonna
used to
do
live
anything,
here.
Not gonna hurt you.
Not gonna hurt ya.
Urban explorers. Just having a look round. Hello?
Yeah, not sure if that's convincing enough for him. Or her. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch you back. That was definitely somebody running down the stairs. 100% that was someone running down the stairs.
Pretty much as soon as they go up to the second floor bedroom, they hear what sounds like someone or something running down the stairs. It's pretty disturbing to think that someone could have been watching them the whole time, but despite their best efforts, they weren't able to find whoever it was. That's when they decided to review the GoPro footage on their dog Bear to see if it showed anything. And a bit before they heard footsteps running down the stairs, his camera caught this.
Oh, I think that might have been a homeless person under the bed. Hang on, wait. Let me just...
His camera
Let me
caught
go back to
this.
that. Hang on. Wait, hang on. I can't see. Wait, hold on. Let me try to go back.
Review the GoPro footage on their dog Bear to see if it showed anything. And a bit before
Actually, wait. Let me slow the footage down just so we can actually just see. Okay, I slowed it down by the least slowest, just so I can see this. Alright, hang on. I think there might be something under that bed, but it's a little blurry. Hang on. Yes, hold on. Oh yeah, I can see something. It's a little blurry, but I can see hands. I think those are hands right there. Actually, I don't know. Let me just make myself a little smaller. Look, there's like hands. There's like little hands there. Actually, if I put myself up here, yeah, there is definitely someone there. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh wait, let me unmute this. And let me just put the speed back to normal. Oh, I didn't even have to slow it down. Chillin' Scare's gonna do it for me anyway. Well, I did catch it before he did, so... Wait, hang on. So, the guy said that before they heard footsteps, the dog captured this. So, I might be getting a little muddled up here, but does that mean there's like 2 people in the house or something? Or was the guy just really fast and he was able to get away really fast? I don't know. It's a little confused. I don't know. The timeline doesn't really... Timeline's a little bit weird. Don't know why I'm connecting to chat. I don't know what that means, but...
Disturbingly, there was someone hiding under the bed in the second floor bedroom. Even though it's hard to see everything clearly with the dog footage, it's pretty obvious that it was a person hiding under the bed. After the encounter, Matt and Andy continued exploring the house for another 20 minutes, and they confessed to feeling pretty on edge after leaving. To this day, they still don't know who was hiding under the bed. It's pretty likely that the guy under the bed was just a squatter who was probably more scared of them and left the house in a hurry to get some privacy. But still, it must have been incredibly chilling to review the footage and realize they were never alone. Exploration Unknown is a YouTube channel owned by a guy named John who's uploaded countless videos of his urban exploration since 2016. In March 2019, John and another YouTuber explored an abandoned house where a woman had reportedly taken her life years after the death of her child. Just a few minutes into the video, it becomes pretty clear that the structure of the building is extremely unstable.
That floor is gone right there. That's a deep drop. These floors are not very
Oh, he's gonna break through the floor, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gonna completely
Yes, check out that
make a
fireplace.
hole in the floor.
If that falls, dude, I don't know what it's going to do to the rest of this house.
Yeah, I know, because that's a load-bearing wall out there.
That's going to be a lot of weight to hit this floor.
See, this is another risk of exploring abandoned places. Like, you might crash through the floor. Like, the old structure might turn on you and just screw you over altogether. That's another risk. I mean, urban exploring or urbex exploration is fun and all, but you know, you just gotta take those red flags into consideration. Also, a blue thing just popped up in the chat. I've never actually seen that before. Don't know what that is, but I'll just leave it for now.
I'm really nervous about that right there.
Yeah, and look at the ceiling.
Get out of here before that happens.
When it comes to urbex, a lot of people will talk about the risks of running into a hostile squatter, a rabid stray dog, or the cops. But one of the biggest risks when exploring unstable structures like these is falling through the floor or having the entire building collapse on you, leaving you trapped under tons and tons of rubble. Before John and Tim even get the chance to explore the rest of the house, something pretty scary that serves as a reminder of the dangers of urban exploration happens.
He goes through the floor.
Alright guys, I think we've decided to chance it. What do you think, Tim? Think we talked about it?
He goes through the floor, doesn't he?
Let's just stay away from that area.
That's what I'm guessing. He's going to go through the
back here
floor.
to the room where the wife.
Oh.
You didn't fall through the floor, did you?
Oh, there was a crack. There was a crack.
Man, there's a crib in here.
Oh, there's crack. Yep. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my! Oh, that is a straight drop down into nothingness. Look at that straight drop down right there into all that dirt. Look at that. I don't know how deep that probably was. I wasn't there, but that probably would have been a death sentence if he fell down there. Luckily, this guy's obese, so he didn't fall through that tiny little hole.
To the floor. Ow.
You alright, man?
Oh,
We need to go.
we gotta get out of here.
Yep.
By the
Time to
time
go.
John realized the floor was cracking, it was already too late. Luckily, he was able to shift all his weight onto his other leg before he fell entirely through. Otherwise, he would have plummeted at least 10 feet into the basement below. Obviously, after that close call, the pair of explorers decided to call it a night and carefully treaded their way out of the house and back to the car. Since that incident, John has continued to upload videos pretty frequently to his channel, but he hasn't gone back to that house since. TP Urbex is a channel dedicated...
Wait, did you notice how that was titled? Fell through the floor, like it's a comedy thing. Yeah, wouldn't have been very comedic if you died, mate. So, I mean, it makes for a good title, gets clicks and all that. So, that's the pro in it.
...to urban exploration, and even though it's only been active for a little over a year, it's already grown to over 350,000 subscribers. In January 2024, a video was uploaded to the channel featuring two young urban explorers visiting an abandoned high school. From my research, the school that was featured in the video was William A. Ward High School in Gary, Indiana, located less than a mile from Lake Michigan. Even though the abandoned building is in absolutely terrible condition in the footage, it's still clear that back in the day it was probably a nice school. Out of the entire school, the auditorium seems to be in the best condition, with the bright red seats serving as a nostalgic reminder of what the school used to look like before it was closed. As the teens are walking through the aisles, they catch a glimpse of a man holding a metal pipe staring them down near the
Oh no,
auditorium entrance.
another one of these encounters, another one.
Throwing some stuff from the balcony area. Oh, hey, what's up, man?
No. It's time to get out. Time to get out.
You want us to get out of here? Hey, we'll leave, bro. We'll leave, alright? Come on. Let's go. Just get out of here.
Geez, that metal pipe dropping's like Krakatoa in my eardrums. My god.
This door right here. You sure? Let's go. Let's go.
The man with the pipe started chasing them out of the building, but stopped when they got outside. It's pretty disturbing how the guy never even speaks to the teenagers. He just starts chasing them with a metal pipe that he probably plans to use as a makeshift weapon.
What is it with people being so dedicated to guarding abandoned buildings? I mean, it must be their home or something, but like still, these people are off their heads to guard a building like that. They're acting like they're guarding the entrance to Asgard or something.
When this kind of stuff happens, you really have to put yourself in the shoes of everyone involved. I mean, the guy who chased them out, like usual, was probably a homeless guy who had been squatting at the school for a while.
Of course.
Through his eyes, the abandoned, decrepit building is his home, and having two teenagers come in unannounced to disturb your peace when you have nowhere else to go must be pretty irritating. But for the explorers who just want to have some fun in an old building, getting chased out by someone who's armed and probably not in their right mind is also a terrifying experience. In September 2020, John and Tim from Exploration Unknown uploaded a video where they documented their visit to an abandoned altar in the middle of the woods. From the very start of the visit, some red flags came up that John and Tim should probably have taken as invitations to leave.
Where are we?
It's supposed to be public land.
This is private property, bro.
Well, maybe it's like this over here, somebody's private property. And I know this over here should be like public land.
After seeing the sign, it's unclear if the two explorers are on a private or a public road. But a couple of minutes later, after following the directions they were given...
I feel like someone just put that up. Like someone put like a private property thing up on a tree. Because it's another person guarding whatever they're guarding. They're guarding some land or some building. So you probably just put that up. But you're definitely on public land. But the guy just put that up to try and protect his land. But anyway, let's just see what unfolds here.
They got their answer.
Saw something behind you. Shh. Okay, dude, key light. Kill your light, dude. Key. Oh my god, dude, it's a car.
Yep.
Shh.
This is where it all goes wrong.
Dude,
it is... Wait, hang on. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, but we're going to see what happens next.
Somebody's here. Shh. Get down. Oh god, dude, we gotta get out of here. You shut that engine off. Oh god, he's getting out. Oh god.
Hey, that's taking your damn life, Parrot.
Oh god.
Yeah, get out. Get out.
God. Okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Okay.
I mean, what? I mean, like, I don't know. What. I mean, do you run away or do you stand still? Because, I mean, if you run away, that person probably thinks you're guilty and will probably shoot at you. But then again, if you stand there and don't say anything, they might feel threatened. So it's like, what the hell do you do? Like, both choices are like a death sentence. So, like, I don't know. I'd say just go. I'd say, like, at least if you get hit, at least you try to escape. That's how I see it, anyway. But some people might just stand still. Some people might do that.
Go. Oh god. Tim, you okay? Tim, you okay? Get up, dude. Come on. Get up.
No, I don't think he got shot. I think he just fell.
Oh god, run, dude, run. Okay.
After getting out of his car, a man who we can reasonably assume to be the property owner points his gun at the uploader and his friend and tells them
property owner. I don't think he owns any property. Like, let's be real with ourselves here. Just like that guy at the beginning with that abandoned building, I don't think he actually owns it. He's just guarding it. And that. And notice how all of this happened in the US. I mean, I don't know if the UK would let that run here. I don't think so. I don't think they'd let that run here. Well, I hope not anyway. But with things like, with how things are going here, with all the stupid like censorship that the government are doing, wouldn't surprise me exactly. But I don't know, the people in the US are sometimes just in cahoots. Especially some people on the list, but I won't get into that.
To get off his property. This is one of those situations that you just never want to be in, because on the one hand, if you yell something out to try to calm the guy down, you signal your location to someone with a deadly weapon who may or may not be in his right mind. But on the other hand, if you don't signal your location, the property owner might feel threatened.
Yeah,
as they were running
I
into
said
the woods,
that.
the man shot at them, and initially it looked like Tim fell to the ground from being shot at. But it seems like he just tripped either by something on the ground or by being startled by the sound of the gunshot.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Tim and John were able to
I
get
mean, he wouldn't be able to get up if he got shot. No way.
I really don't know where John got his intel about the supposed abandoned altar in the middle of the woods, but it was clearly faulty. And it's a good thing he was able to spot the guy in the car ahead of time. Otherwise, who knows if this video would have even been uploaded.
It wouldn't. So that's that one done. Some pretty good clips in that video. A lot of homeless people or people guarding things that don't belong to them, and shooting anyone that goes near them. But anyway, next I did see another one. Yeah, I think I might have saw another abandoned building one. So let me just go to that real quick. Yeah, this one. I thought I saw this one. Okay. Another 6 most disturbing abandoned buildings. Okay.
Christopher Brian Hill is an urban explorer with a YouTube channel called Urbex Hill. Over the past 10 years, he's been uploading raw footage of his visits to some of the creepiest abandoned buildings in the country, often running into unexpected and sometimes life-threatening situations. Urban explorers like Chris face many dangers, from aggressive stray dogs to hostile squatters to respiratory risks and unsound structures, venturing into an unfamiliar...
Oh yeah, respiratory is another risk. Like, the air in abandoned buildings is probably like rusty, moldy as hell. So it probably gets like some lung cancer or something. I don't know what you'd get from that, but that's another risk. I don't know, there's a lot of risks, but it does look fun from what I've seen. But yeah, there's all those risks.
Building is much more risky than it might sound. It's obviously much safer to explore abandoned buildings in the light of day and with a group of friends, but in most of his videos, Chris explores at night and always alone. In June 2022...
I don't know how he walks around those buildings with those big balls of his to do that. Exploring them at night? Crazy. That's crazy. Exploring them at night? You're just asking for like a death wish.
Visited the abandoned Westinghouse Electric Factory located in Cleveland, Ohio. Built more than a century ago, the factory originally consisted of 7 different buildings, but most of them have been demolished by now.
Don't know why does the factory need 7 buildings?
Was established in 1886, it didn't reach Cleveland until 1894. Founded by Thomas Edison, Westinghouse is best known for the notable engineers who worked for the company, including Nikola Tesla and William Stanley. For several decades, the Westinghouse company rivaled General Electric, and it was last used as a lighting equipment production plant before its abandonment in 1979. For the past 4.5 decades, the abandoned factory has been one of the hottest urban exploration locations for curious explorers and YouTubers. In 2012, the factory started receiving even more attention.
Yes, you notice how they don't have that much views? They don't even pass the 1,000k mark. Only 806, 806. That one was probably low as well. I mean, my videos are lower than that. but still, again, I think I deserve those views a little more. But clearly not that much people care because of these low view counts. There's no like K. There's no like doesn't pass the 1000K mark.
And after the
It's not even like 1K. It's not even 1K.
Interrogation scene from the first movie of the Avengers was shot there. 10 years later, Chris made the trip
Oh,
to the
okay.
abandoned
Oh, wow.
factory and recorded everything
The
he saw.
Avengers are actually shot
As
there.
Chris begins exploring, there doesn't seem to be anyone around, and only the sound of crickets can
Well,
be heard in the darkness
not
as
yet.
he walks around the outside
Not
of the
yet.
building.
There's no one around.
Disturbingly, the sound of gunshots can be heard in the distance less than 5 minutes into the recording. It's worth mentioning that for the past few years, Cleveland has been ranked as one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the US, making this visit to the abandoned factory even more risky.
What? Even more dangerous than Compton? Cleveland must be doing something wrong. But then again, Cleveland was the same city that launched thousands upon thousands of balloons in the air for a charity event, and they all went into the water and all that. Just like destroying the water environment and all that. So, it doesn't surprise me. And it's even more dangerous than Atlanta, Georgia. That's mad. And Detroit. And don't know. Whole state of Florida. Whole state of Florida's one dangerous cartoon. To be honest, Florida's one big like robot chicken episode. Same goes for Alabama. I don't know. Oh, Washington. That's a dangerous state. That's where the politician nonsense are. That's where they are. There's a lot of places that I could think of. Well, actually, no, I can't think of any more. That's a lie. But I just know there's a lot. So you hear someone shooting, you still go inside? Nah. You're in cahoots, my guy.
That's crazy.
You're crazy.
It's not even that far away from here. Oh, that sounds like a shootout.
Chris has experience exploring everything from abandoned mental hospitals and sanatoriums to vacant occult temples.
I think you need
He
a
shrugs
mental
off the
hospital,
fear as
mate.
He enters the creepy building. Just like in many abandoned buildings, Chris finds a mattress on the floor, meaning at least one person has been sleeping there recently.
The guy
As he
he's gonna
captures
find
footage of the
later.
first floor and walks up the stairs to the second floor.
This is
all
just
that
how
can
I
be heard in
predict
the
it's gonna
eerie
go. He's gonna
darkness
find
is the
some
sound of his
guy.
footsteps. A few minutes later, Chris goes down to the basement, and the footage becomes increasingly creepier as Chris runs into a series of dead ends under the leaky, moldy ceiling.
Okay, I'm hearing something. Maybe it's an animal. There's animals down here.
At several points during his exploration of the basement, he can be heard making comments about a strange noise coming from somewhere on that floor, and at first he seems to think it's an animal. Alarmingly, he finds a few shell casings on the ground from what was probably a 9mm handgun. Although it would be pretty unsettling to find something like this lying on the ground in an abandoned factory basement, it's worth mentioning that police departments often use abandoned buildings and complexes for training exercises. However, in this case, it's impossible to know if that's really what happened. Shortly after,
No,
he
I think
comes
it's from the
across
guy.
a series of disturbing messages on the walls. He continues recording as he walks down
You're in
narrow
his
corridors, and this is where things get a lot
It's
more
too
disturbing.
late.
This place is so wet.
Oh, there's a guy. Yep.
Scared the out of me.
Nah, that's something from like the Blair Witch Project. What the hell is that? It's like, looks like a homeless guy almost. I can tell he's shirtless. So he must be the one living in this building. That must be his mattress. Actually, that mattress looks like kind of clean. That was kind of impressive. It's like weird. Mattress is clean in an abandoned building. I noticed that earlier.
Yo,
Nah, don't announce your presence.
some
Just
help, bro?
leave. No, he doesn't need help. Leave. Yeah, like if I see someone crouched like that in the corner, nah, I'm leaving. And I'm not going in that door at the end, because, I don't know. As we've seen so far, people like guarding things. So maybe he's guarding something in that door. That's just my... Well, that's my theory. This might not be true, but that's just my theory.
Yo. Dad, he's not even responding. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Get the fuck out of his way.
Yeah, just leave. Leave.
Bro, that's crazy.
After about 20 minutes of exploring, the visit takes a very dark turn as Chris runs into a hunched over man without a light at the far end of the room. He calls out to him and asks if he needs any help, but the man doesn't move or respond, and Chris decides to leave him alone. Understandably, Chris's breathing can be heard getting louder and heavier after the extremely unsettling encounter, but things were only about to get more disturbing for him.
You know what? I'm gonna help that dude out. I'm gonna get this dude a $20 bill.
Don't give him money. What are you doing?
Yo.
Don't give him money. You're announcing you've got money. He might rob you.
Hey, I got some money for you.
No, he doesn't want... Don't give him money. He doesn't deserve the money.
About 4 minutes later, Chris decides to go back to help the man out by giving him a $20 bill. But alarmingly, when he goes back to the room, the man is no longer there. This could be incredibly dangerous, as squatters are known to behave aggressively toward unwanted visitors.
Nah. What you got? You're still sticking around, even though you've gone back and he's gone. He's probably in that room right there. He's probably like hiding there. Like he's probably waiting for you to get closer, and he'll come out and probably shoot you or rob you. That's my explanation, anyway.
And because they know the place better than anyone else, they can easily hide in the shadows and attack or scare visitors when they least expect it. One theory that many viewers seem to favor was that maybe the man was not a homeless person at all, but a gang member who was hiding from the shootout that could be heard at the beginning of the video. However, it's impossible to confirm if this was actually the case, and it seems pretty unlikely given his strange behavior. As he continues searching for the man, Chris notices bats flying around the basement, and things get even...
Don't look for the guy. What are you doing? Don't look for him. Go, leave. And he even went up to the archway that he was by. He might be hiding in there.
More eerie at this point.
There's a lot of bats down here too.
Right when he walks into one of the rooms, if you look closely at the far left of the screen, you can actually see the man from earlier standing in what used to be a door frame, staring at Chris in the darkness. Alarmingly, Chris doesn't notice and continues walking. It's impossible to know how long the man had been following him, and in these...
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he is there. I don't know how he didn't spot him either. I mean, he's out in the open.
Kind of situations, it can be hard to gauge the squatter's intentions. A few minutes later, the squatter can be seen walking outside as cars pass by the side of the building. At one point, Chris mentions he thinks the guy said hello, but it can't be heard clearly through the camera audio. Just when he decides to head out, he hears a cell phone vibrate, indicating that there are more people down there with him hiding in the darkness. Having had enough disturbing encounters for the night, he decides to play it safe, and fortunately, he was able to leave the building unharmed.
Sure, finally some survival instincts. My God.
Another video of the Westinghouse factory. This video was recorded in Tartu, Estonia, and uploaded to YouTube in August of 2016. In it, a group of 4 teenagers visit an abandoned sauna that was built more than a century ago in 1915, back when Estonia was still part of the Russian Empire. After fulfilling its purpose for 80 years, the sauna was decommissioned in 1995. The building remained abandoned for 23 years until in 2018 it was fully renovated and turned into a beauty salon, which is still operating as of this video's upload in 2023. In August of 2016, the uploader visited the abandoned location with 3 friends. Upon entering the building, you can see that it looks exactly what you would expect a building that's been abandoned for 21 years to look like. There's an insane amount of mold growing freely on the walls, the heaters are covered in a thick layer of rust, the floor is full of holes, and the entire structure looks like it could collapse at any second. Throughout the video, the teenage explorers also run into some disturbing messages on the walls. An especially eerie one reads, "You can't hide," and there are also several creepy drawings of stick figures graffitied on the walls in some of the other rooms. For the first few minutes of the visit, other than the disturbing messages and some loose shoes and other personal belongings, there doesn't seem to be any indication that somebody could be living there or had even visited the location recently. However, about 20 minutes into the visit, one of the teenagers finds a door frame covered by a curtain.
No.
And they decide to explore
Homeless
the room.
person's in there. Don't open that curtain. That's a squatter. That's a squatter living in there. Don't open it. But he's gonna open it.
As one of the explorers shines a flashlight into the room, a gut-wrenching scream can be heard coming from the shadows. Immediately, the 4 teenagers run out of the building in a panic. When they finally step outside, the sun is already set, and the boys get into the car to flee from the location. Although the explorer was too busy running to show footage of the screaming man, it's more than likely that it was a homeless resident of the abandoned building who wasn't expecting visitors. Still, it must have been extremely disturbing to experience something like that, even if they went together as a group. After that day in 2016, the boys never went back to the abandoned sauna again.
What? Like, you just see a curtain in an abandoned building, you just open it. Gee, these people so far have no survival instincts. None.
In March of 2022, YouTubers Meg and Chris uploaded a new video to their channel, Back in Time MC, in which they showed footage of their visit to a rundown old farmhouse somewhere in the UK. In the caption,
my
they mentioned that
country.
they found an entry point through an open window around the side of the house. Based on the state of disarray the farmhouse is in, it's clear that nobody has been maintaining it for quite some time. The floor is covered in leaves and cobwebs, the shoes look dusty and unused, and there are even a couple of dead animals lying on the floor, along with some shotgun shells lying on top of a bedside table.
How do they get?
The only clues
what,
that
how do they get shotgun shells? Where do you get shotgun shells from in the UK? Where do you get those from?
indicate somebody could have been at the location relatively recently are that one of the light bulbs in one of the bedrooms looks relatively new, and some of the clothes in the closet look only gently used. Based on the pictures that Chris finds on different shelves and hung up on the walls, it appears as if a family of at least 4 children used to live in the farmhouse. As the couple continues with the exploration, they walk into one of the upstairs bedrooms, where they find something very unexpected.
Thin, narrow piece of carpet that comes all the way across. Absolutely nuts. Maybe we'll come into this bedroom here. And wow.
Can I help you?
Oh my god! You know, you're alive.
What?
You know, man,
She was way too calm about that. Can I help you? When 2 strangers just walked into your bedroom.
You can't live in here. Yeah?
No.
But we can't.
We thought it
Is
was
that an old
abandoned.
lady?
We thought it was
It's an old
abandoned.
lady living in that bedroom.
Live in here.
Well, even though it's blurred, I think it's an old lady living in this bedroom. I mean, I was able to tell that someone was sleeping because I saw like the outline of someone sleeping. The footage they showed earlier. I was able to tell before them. But okay, let's find out the lore
When
of
he
this.
first walked into the room, Chris didn't notice that there was someone asleep in the bed.
Yeah, look, wait, look, hang on. Yeah, I could tell that's someone asleep. I could tell.
It wasn't until Meg walked in and made a noise that the woman sleeping in the bed woke up and gave them the scare of their life. Although the uploaders blurred the woman's face out of respect for her privacy, it's clear that she's pretty old. During the conversation, she tells the couple that she doesn't have any family that could take her to live somewhere else less depressing. Out of sheer kindness, Chris and Meg keep the lady company and try their best to understand her situation. She introduces herself as Jane, and over the next 10 minutes they ask her questions about how she ended up living all alone in an abandoned farmhouse. Thanks to the couple's empathy, the initial shock of being startled by the sleeping old lady and seeing her living in such terrible conditions quickly turns into a heartwarming moment in which the 3 of them talk about each other's lives.
What happened was I came here to help somebody.
Okay.
And this is only for a week I'm coming.
Yeah.
And that was 1993.
Oh,
Jesus.
Wow, she's been here nearly 30 years.
30 years in that mess?
Disturbingly,
Are you
Jane
still
mentioned
alive?
she's been living in the abandoned farmhouse for 30 years, and even though Chris and Meg offer to help her, bring her food, and buy her clean clothes and sheets, she seems hesitant to accept anything from them, claiming that she's fine living the way she does. She mentions that even though it's not her house, the men who work at the farmhouse know she's there, and they bring her food and water every day. In a touching moment at the end, the couple agrees with Jane to visit her again soon. This would have been a happy ending to the story, but
I don't know, would that, like, I mean, the farm, I mean, I don't know. So, there's people that live in this abandoned house, it seems like. I don't know, is the farmer okay with them being there? I mean, they said they're going to visit, but I don't know. I'm not sure if she told the farmer afterwards or anything. I don't know, he might not be okay with that. But, I don't know.
Chris and Meg included a caption at the end of the video that casts the situation in a more disturbing light. The caption reads, "I did a lot of research to try and find the name of the farm and whom it was owned by. Luckily, I got the information needed, and I even got a message from someone who knew the farmer who farms there." Chris goes on to explain that the man who reached out to him also knew that Jane was living there, and that the farmer also lives in the farmhouse with her. According to the man, Jane is very well cared for, but she chooses to live in those terrible conditions anyway. The man also mentioned that Jane's husband is up there constantly to make sure she's okay, but she doesn't accept his help very easily, or anyone's help for that matter. It's worth mentioning that Jane might not have been completely truthful about her situation to Chris and Meg.
Well, no,
During their
of course not.
conversation, she mentioned that she didn't have anyone to care for her except for the farmer, but the man who knew the farmer told Chris that she also has a brother who tries to take care of her. Not entirely convinced by what the man told him, Chris continued digging for information and found that the farm was not on any land registry records, but there was another property to Jane's name that she owned between 1986 and 2015. After visiting the other property, Chris mentioned that it was as unkempt and beat up as the farmhouse itself. Having heard two different versions of the story from the man who contacted him and from Jane herself, he decided to contact Adult Social Services. This is the email he received from them. "Good morning, thank you for your email. I can confirm that Adult Social Care are aware of this lady, however, I'm not able to provide you with any further details. We appreciate your input and the information you have provided, and thank you for raising your concerns with us." Chris then told the man who contacted him to tell
Oh, so they basically say, "Hi, thank you for contacting us, but we have nothing to say to you. Goodbye." That's basically what they said. They basically said, "Oh yeah, we can't really do anything about this. Not really worth doing anything about, but goodbye." That's basically what they said. That's just what they said, but in a more professional way. That's just what they said.
Jane that he and Meg would be happy to go back and visit her if she wanted them to. After this, there were no
Or if the
further
farmer
updates on
wanted
the
them
old
to.
woman, and we'll likely never know what became of her. The only thing we know for
Probably
sure
dead.
is that if someone else decides to explore the abandoned farmhouse in the future, they'll likely run into the same situation as Chris and Meg. Sadly, this type of situation is much more common than many people realize. With rising prices and the overall state of the global economy, a large part of the elderly population is being forgotten. Hopefully,
That will
Jane
do
can
it.
accept
That
some
will
help
do
from her
it.
family members and live out the rest of her days in much better and healthier conditions than the one she was in when the video was uploaded. Robert Fulton Elementary is an abandoned school in a pretty rough neighborhood of Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland,
The building is
Ohio
92 years
again.
old and has been abandoned for over 13 years.
Wow.
After several complaints from nearby residents who mentioned that the abandoned building was an eyesore, a potential crime hotspot, and that it was lowering the value of their properties, the mayor of Cleveland announced plans to turn
Yeah, the whole of Cleveland is a hotspot, crime spot, mate. Oh, that specific place is a place for lots of crimes. Your whole state, your whole city is, mate.
the rundown old building into a high-quality, mixed-income housing unit for the community. Although the idea is still in the planning stages and the city needs more funding to complete the project, the plan is for the renovations to begin by the end of 2024. For now, Robert Fulton Elementary remains one of the creepiest abandoned schools in the country. In May of 2023, Chris Hill, again from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill, uploaded a video in which he made a second visit to the boarded-up, abandoned elementary school. The first video he made of the school was back in 2022. During his first visit, he heard strange humming, chanting, creaking, and banging noises coming from different rooms. This was part of the description in the first video. Most sections of the building are falling apart, and the water and elements have done irreversible damage to the structure. I would not recommend anyone explore this school. You risk getting robbed or worse.
And then why are
With that
you
being
in
said,
there?
I heard weird noises and other various things during my exploration. After these incidents, the vast majority of people would have been too terrified.
Oh, but
to
I
even
kept
think of
going
going
because the
back.
content,
2 years
guys,
later, Chris decided
content.
to make a second visit to the school alone at 1 a.m.
The decay is crazy in here.
It is. It is, you're correct, sir.
From the very beginning of the footage, it's clear that Robert Fulton Elementary belongs in a different category of abandoned buildings than most others. What stands out the most about the building is the fact that just over a decade ago, children were learning in those classrooms, running and playing in the halls, and now it looks more like something out of a horror movie than a school.
All abandoned
The eeriness
buildings
of the
look like that.
location, the pitch darkness, and the extreme state of decay of the building all contribute to the school's incredibly creepy atmosphere, and not a lot of people would dare go in there at night.
I mean, schools themselves are a creepy atmosphere. They don't really have to be abandoned to be creepy. Schools are already creepy, not abandoned. There was this school called it's like reminded me of this, but there was this school called Elon School. It was like the most like dangerous school in America. Let me see if I can like show you or something. Let me see if I can get an image up. Yeah. Elon School. So it's like this like kind of cult like school. It's like it was almost sort of, this is what it looks like now. But oh, there's also a fire destroyed it. Good. Glad the fire destroyed it. But the teachers were, it was like kind of like a cult there almost. Like the teachers were like the cult masters or something. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but it's just one of those like troubled teen places, like those troubled teen camps, like abusive ones. Like it's a thing in the US. It's not really here. There might be some here. I don't know. But yeah, this is what it was. This is what it was. Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I got reminded of it just now. I think Nexpo did a video on it, but I heard it got taken down.
Much less alone. For a building that has only been abandoned for 13 years, Robert Fulton Elementary is in a much worse state than other buildings that have been vacant for much longer. But Chris doesn't seem to mind as he captures footage of the dark corridors with peeling walls and random debris lying all over the floor. As he ventures deeper into the school, Chris starts hearing strange noises, but nobody seems to be around, and he continues his exploration in the chilling
R.I.P.
silence.
That'll be you if you
The
keep
underlying
going.
structure in some of the rooms on the upper floors seems extremely unstable, but Chris shows his expertise in urban
Of course they're
exploration by
unstable,
avoiding the
Sherlock.
surfaces that crack under his feet. After about 15 minutes of exploring the top floors, Chris goes down into the basement, which is arguably the most deteriorated part of the school. As he
Basements are the
explores
creepiest
dark
part.
rooms, he finds some indications that other people could be living there. Interestingly, he also finds what appears to be a boiler room that's been flooded with water.
Is that a record player? Angel. Okay, it's probably some I don't even know about. Don't touch that guy's record player. We'll also get ya.
At around the 30-minute mark, a loud banging noise can be heard coming from one of the rooms, and it becomes very clear that Chris is not alone. As he steps into one of the classrooms, he finds a very eerie message written on the chalkboard, which reads, "Don't explore alone," as well as a paper sign on the door that reads, "Keep out."
No, homeless
Despite
person
the
living
clear
in there.
warnings, he goes inside,
Homeless person
only to
living
find
in
more
there.
signs that somebody's living there.
Oh, he went
This is
in.
where Chris's visit to Robert Fulton
Oh.
Elementary takes a very
Oh yeah, that looks like piss in a bottle. Yep. Very dehydrated piss. Definitely has not drinking enough water because he's homeless. But yeah, let's just see what unfolds next.
turn.
He's in there. He's in there. He's behind that curtain. Oh, he's gonna open the curtain, isn't he? Oh. Yeah.
Fearing for his life after hearing the blood-curdling scream,
if you see like a curtain in an abandoned building, don't go in it. Common sense.
If you look closely at the footage, you can see the outline of the
Wait, hang
screaming
on.
man when Chris peels back the curtain to his
Oh wait, I think, is that him? I think that might be him. This shape.
room.
Yeah.
Upon reviewing the footage later that night, he found something else even more unsettling. When he first walked into the building, his camera caught something that he didn't notice at the time.
And you will not know that mystery because I'm going to end it there.